Hello, we are back for another episode of UFC Main Event Pick'em Challenge, and we have Alexandre Pantoja taking on Kai Asakura. Let's get into it. Alexandre Pantoja is 28 wins, 5 losses, 0 draws. He is 34 years old. He has 166 centimeters in reach, 173 centimeters in reach, 166 in height. Kai Asakura is 31 years old. He is 21 wins, 4 losses, so pretty similar records. And he has 172 centimeters tall, so 66 centimeters taller than Pantoja, and not assessed in terms of reach, but ultimately that's not a huge difference. His weight class is bantamweight, but in the US that would be flyweight. He last weighed in at 124.5 pounds, and he has 0 fights in the UFC, notably fighting in Ryzen, and now transferring into the UFC directly into a title bout, as befitting a champion. Let's get into their recent records. So, Alexandre Pantoja lost to Askar Askarov in 2020. Then he beat Manel Kape by unanimous decision, choked out Brandon Royval in 2021, choked out Alex Perez in 2022. Then wins against Brandon Moreno in a split decision, getting the belt, beats Brandon Royval, defending the belt, defends the belt against Steve Versek, and now the UFC is throwing Kai Asakura at Alexandre Pantoja. UFC is throwing everyone they can at this man to try to dethrone him, but he is beating back all of these contenders that the UFC is fast-tracking. Kai Asakura loses to Hiromusa Ugekubo in 2021. Then he beats Yuki Montoya, but with a round 3 knee to the body. Then wins the belt against Juan Archuleta in a round 2 knee to the body. Pretty much the exact same sequence. Both of these guys coming in for a takedown, and Kai Asakura perfectly times the knee. Let's see if we can watch a clip of that here. Here we go. So this is the Juan Archuleta fight. So Juan is coming in, steps forward, ducks down for a takedown, and Kai Asakura lands that knee right to, it looks like it lands right in his solar plexus. And that really stuns him. He drops, and there's not a whole lot of ground and pound from there. It's like a one-shot KO. And that's an extremely similar shot to what he landed against Yuki Montoya. We know Alexandre Pantoja's game. He has heavy hands, he has heavy pressure, he has amazing grappling, very good jiu-jitsu, good wrestling, and he will go for submissions, he'll go for ground and pound, but he is always a position over submission type of guy. So if he has a good position on you, he will not sacrifice that position in order to try to finish the fight. We saw his grappling win him his last 3 fights in a row. He outgrappled Steve Versek to a win. He outgrappled Brandon Royval to a win. He outgrappled Brandon Moreno to a win. And his striking in the Moreno fight was really good. He was able to knock down Brandon Moreno, winning rounds that way. And when he's fighting up against Kai Asakura is a great fighter. He's scrappy. He has good cardio, good pressure himself. I just don't think that he's on the level of Alexandre Pantoja. Kai Asakura has allowed himself to get grappled way too much for me to be comfortable with him, with picking him, beating Pantoja. So we can see in round 1, Juan Archuleta is pressing him up against the cage and holding him there to the point where the referee actually has to step in and separate these two guys. So the referee comes in and stops it. The referee in the UFC is not going to be as willing as the rest of the referee is to step in and stop it. And Alexandre Pantoja is not going to be as stagnant as Juan Archuleta was when he has that over-under pressing Kai Asakura up against the cage. Alexandre Pantoja is going to be searching for the back, searching for a leg, searching for a neck, searching for an arm, trying to land ground and pound. And I do think that's where he's going to win this fight. We can also look in this situation where Kai Asakura actually takes some pretty big punches from Juan Archuleta here. And there was a size difference. Juan Archuleta missed weight by a significant amount. But you can just see that I don't think Kai Asakura's striking is at the level of someone like Moreno, Royval, or Urseg, where his head just seems to be too up in the air. He doesn't see these punches coming. He's not moving his head at all. If you look at this in slow motion, all of those shots were like his head was completely stagnant in terms of positioning. His head doesn't move off the center line one bit. No shoulder rolling, just trying to move backwards with his feet. He's not even doing a great job of blocking it with his hands. And he eats like 4 punches there. And Kai Asakura has great grappling. And you can see he'll even go in for a counter right of his own. And he's just lucky that Juan Archuleta missed. But he was timing 5 punches in a row, landing right onto Asakura's head. Let's run that back one more time. You know what? I think... let me go like this so you can actually see the shots that are coming in. So these two guys are looking at each other. Let me fix this for you. There we go. And Juan Archuleta will come in, and Kai Asakura just does not move his head at all. That's 2, 3, 4 punches land in a row by Juan Archuleta. And then that right straight just missed. But it's not because Kai Asakura was moving his head or being defensive at all. And I think that lack of head movement is going to get eaten up by Pantoja. I think the willingness to engage in the clinch is going to backfire on Asakura. Pantoja is a dog. He does get tired. And he will take rounds off. But at the end of the day, he always has that extra level in his gas tank to win the grappling exchanges, win on the judges' scorecards. And I think that Pantoja can finish this guy, Asakura. I think he can land big shots on Asakura. I think he can get good positions on the ground with him. So I'm going to go with a late finish by Pantoja, probably a round 3 or 4 knockout or a decision. My official prediction will be Alexandre Pantoja by a round 4 knockout. I think he'll drop Asakura on the feet and then either finish him on the ground with TKO shots or jump on a sub. And I'll go with a round 4 knockout by like a right hook to ground and pound. That's going to be my official prediction, and I think Pantoja is the favorite. Let's take a look at the odds really quick. Let's see, what do we got? Pantoja versus Asakura odds. Pantoja is the minus 280 favorite. Asakura is a plus 210 underdog. So at the end of the day, you do have to just go with the fighter who can enact his game plan. And I think Pantoja's grappling is just going to be too much for Asakura to deal with. Royval found it too much to deal with. Urseg found it too difficult. Moreno found it too difficult. And I think Asakura is going to experience the exact same thing. Anyway, should be a fun night of fights. So let me know your predictions down below. Let me know what you think I got right, what I got wrong, and I'll see you after the fights.